All right, let's do this. Let's do this awesomeness. All right, I'm gonna do a short video here showing you guys one of my still life paintings. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you you like this thing that I like to do here. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist, and I love making happy little pictures. Let's call them that. I'm gonna make a vase with flowers, sort of like a jar. Yeah, let's make it like a jar. Here we go. Just playing with color. Nothing much, nothing more than that. I'm gonna get some cadmium red. A bit of yellow. Just right there. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I love that. I love when collectors are happy about the artwork I create. It makes me very happy. I feel like you made my day. I feel like I'm doing my job. That's awesome. Thank you. And when I use white, I like to not really think about it much. Play a little bit with grays, but also not be afraid of using white. I know a lot of people, a lot of artists condemn it, you know, just using pure white because there is no value, right? The value is almost lost, right? Or non-existent. But I like that impressionist approach where it's just, you know, bluntly or blatantly, however you say it, used. And it just feels right sometimes, you know. It just feels right using color out of the tube without really pre-mixing anything. Of course, there's a million ways of doing this. This is just how I do things. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your support. I love that. That's so awesome. I hope other people get inspired. It's so fun. You know, when I was starting to paint, this was over 20 years ago. Going into an artist studio was very almost you know, almost non-existent because artists tend to have this idea that, you know, they covet their style or the way that they create work, and I bought into that. I bought into that at some point, you know. But then I understood. I knew, you know, I know better now. I understood that it's no way of doing things. You know, you want to be able to share your process and your work. It's not. I heard it from another this person is not an artist who I heard it from. Is an entrepreneur actually, and this person said, "It's not like you're creating Coca-Cola. Come on, you know, you don't have to hide it. You don't have to hide the special formula. It really just comes down to, you know, you've been doing something enough, and it's special in the sense that you've put in the effort and the work, but it's not special in some sort of secret. You know, there's no secret to it. It's just I've been doing it for a long time, so I get to reap the benefits of playing with the color, and you know, it's almost a child's play. You know, it's so fun. And this is a small piece, you know, it's simple. But I don't know. I try to tell artists as much as possible to just have fun. You know, we get sucked into an idea of things being a certain way, and I love one of the quotes by Degas, Edgar Degas, the French painter. Well, which other one, right? He said, only when one does not know what one is doing, you know, he or she is doing, is when one actually starts painting or doing something good. Something like that. I'm doing a loose translation of the quote, but I got the message. I couldn't agree more. I think that intuitive painting is very powerful. It's also very peaceful. Sometimes when I'm in a bad mood, or you know, I start doing one of these paintings, and it changes my focus. If I start going very tight into a painting, it makes me a bit more conscious, not self-conscious, like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. But if I become loose with it, it's almost like I'm inviting, you know, something else, you know, something more mellow, right? Nothing too serious. Getting the serious out of a painting, I think, is the best thing one can do as an artist. And I'm going to use fuchsia with a bit of yellow to create the background here. And I'm going to eat into the, or bite into the, however you say it, into the existing painting a little bit. This is to create form, no? This is to almost working with a negative space, no? To create a bit of the form of what I'm trying to do here. In this case, is a vase that looks sort of like a jar. There we go. And when it gets this bright, as it is right now, when it gets this bright, I like to mix in a little bit of gray. And the gray, as I mentioned in other past videos, is to rest the eye a little bit. You know, the eye gets to rest a little bit from the brightness. Not that it needs it, but it's nice. I call it, you know, I like to use it, the analogy of like you're going in a park and it's a bench, you know. It's a bench in a park. You get to rest for a little bit, you know, from all the movement and all the colors. So I mix this gray with Viridian hue, cadmium, and a little bit of yellow. And I just put it, not too strategic, but enough to let the viewer know that the gray is there. Very little, not too much. Little pockets. Another good thing to do is to use gray as a ground, you know, or maybe even in the underpainting. And that creates also those pockets. A lot of realist painters like to do that. Thank you so much for checking out the YouTube videos. I had so much fun on those too. And then I'm going to create a shadow here. There's many ways of doing the shadow, right? But this is one of them. Make it a bit more dark in the beginning. And let the light go through. Something like that. One of my favorite colors is Viridian. And I think you can put Viridian just about everywhere. Watch. Let me put it right here in the red. I think Viridian just has that power. Viridian's like it's one of those colors that's like, excuse me, pardon me, I'm gonna do what I want. If you don't have Viridian, you can use phthalo blue. I love phthalo blue as well. Or phthalo green is not phthalo blue, phthalo green, I'm sorry. It's one of those colors too. Now, I like to create visual weight also. So if I put some red here, I want to put a bit of red here. Not so much, but enough to create a bit of a, not just a focal point, but a little walkway. Let's call it that. Look. Starts sounding like Bob Ross. Happy little walkway. And I'm going to try to hide a bit or subdue this this red to not make it too vibrant, so that doesn't take away from this main flower. Now it's time to put a little bit of very dark, almost, I could put a little bit of phthalo and black. That way we give a sense of space inside the bouquet of flowers. If it's dark, there's some space, right? Because there's something happening behind. I want to do some larger, I'm going to do some larger paintings and show you guys here how I do some of the larger works. I think that'll be fun. I'm going to play with a little bit of white here and start bouncing off a little light here and there, you know. Just little kisses. Doesn't have to be too much, just little kisses. And then this is something I like to do as well, is create sort of an aura, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, sort of an aura around the flowers. I'm going to use yellow in this particular case. I'm even going to do it around the base. It's an outline, but it's bright, so it gives a sense of, it solidifies it a bit. Make this lighter. the illusion of light here. Something like that, you guys. Let me show you the end result. Look at the richness in that. I love that. Thank you so much, Money. I appreciate that. This is the color that drives me bananas. Like, I don't think I could live without this one. Iridian. Just the amount of play on blues you can do with that. It's sort of like jazz. I was listening to Peter Max talk about his artwork. He's definitely an influence of mine, and more so right now. And I was listening to him talk about artwork, like intuitive painting, right? Or loose brush, how some people call it. Sort of like jazz. And I think that cat nailed it. It is like jazz. It's you get something, you get a classic theme and you play with it. Nothing new. It's just, you know, we just do it slightly different every time. That's all. And then that maybe something good comes out. That's the hope of the artist, though, that the more we do it, something better will come out. Let me show you a bit of my palette. I use a glass palette when I paint indoors. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this live session. I will be doing some larger works, some more intense works also. Not everything is like this. Some stuff is a bit more requires a little bit more time. It requires more attention, different stuff. But this is an 8 by 10 inches oil and canvas on stretch canvas. And thank you so much. Check out my artwork. I have some artwork on eBay. Check it out if you have a chance. You might like what you see there. Take care, guys. Till next time. Bye bye.